You considering a move to Elk Grove? Many are, but there's 5 pros and 5 cons you need to know before making that move that can have you elated or be the absolute deal breakers for you. So let's make sure you know before you decide to go with this quick video. By the way, I'm Andre, your Kelly Valley Realtor and area expert, giving you valuable content covering Central Valley cities, their new construction, plus tips and tools for your successful move out here. So reach out when you're ready so you can be the next satisfied buyer who found us on YouTube, like some of these buyers have. And hit subscribe because I'm doing all the research for you so you don't have to. Now let's do this. First, let's discuss the pros of the city of Elk Grove. The first pro of Elk Grove is the top-rated schools. If you have kids, this is probably your #1 reason to want to move to Elk Grove. The school rankings. The Elk Grove Unified School District is massive and highly rated, with almost all of its schools ranking at a minimum of 6 out of 10 or higher on greatschools.org. We're talking about award-winning programs, strong sports teams, and great art departments. You aren't just buying a house here, you're buying into a top-tier education system that sets kids' education as one of its highest priorities. There aren't many cities in the Central Valley that perform as well as Elk Grove does in kids' education. The second pro of Elk Grove are the parks and the recreation. Another huge advantage of living in Elk Grove is the abundance of parks and recreational spaces. This city is truly green. There are over 90 parks scattered throughout the area, along with miles of scenic trails and massive aquatic centers. If you love the outdoors but don't want to drive hours to the mountains for a little taste of nature, Elk Grove delivers that. Weekends here are all about families, barbecue, soccer games. It's no exaggeration to say that Elk Grove is built for active families who want clean, safe places to play, relax, and make lasting memories with. Number 3, the diversity in the community. Elk Grove consistently ranks among the most diverse cities in the country. You get a melting pot of cultures, backgrounds, and friendly neighbors. This brings amazing community events and a welcoming vibe where you don't feel like an outsider and everyone feels at home regardless of cultural background or belief systems. They even have something called Diversity Dining Week, which they hold a couple times a year, where dozens of restaurants roll out exclusive menu items and deals to promote the culinary diversity within the city. The laws have changed, so stay till the end for an amazing homebuyer tip that guarantees you won't need to pay your agent's commission now that the new law says you're ultimately responsible for it. Pro number 4, the food scene. Let's talk about the food. Thanks to the city's incredible diversity, Elk Grove's dining scene punches way above its weight. There's no need to head to Sacramento or San Francisco for great food. Right here, you'll find everything from authentic dim sum and pho to high-end steakhouses to cozy cafes and really nice breweries. Whether you're a foodie or looking for your next adventure or just want to enjoy a variety of delicious options, Elk Grove is quickly becoming a major culinary destination in the region. Every weekend there's something new to taste, and the community's love for good food is obvious at every farmer's market and food festival. Pro number 5, modern living and safety. Elk Grove is newer compared to its neighbors. That means wider streets, modern shopping centers like the Delta Shores, which is right off of I-5, and well-planned neighborhoods. Plus, it generally feels safer and much more polished than many other parts of the Sacramento area. Elk Grove as a city is expanding with lots of new communities from some of the best home builders in the nation who are integrating modern amenities into their homes, and all being built into a city that has a track record for safety that's top-notch and only gets safer the further south you get from Sacramento. Pro tip, if you're buying a new home in this area, let's split the referral fee. That's up to $10,000 and refurnish your house type of money. Reach out for details. I'm gonna hook you up. Now, as much as I love Elk Grove as well, there are still some cons, so let's hit those up next. Con number 1, the traffic. The commute on Highway 99 can be brutal. If you work in downtown Sacramento, the commute is gonna beat you up. Now, if you plan to try to somehow commute to the Bay Area from Elk Grove, you're going to despise your life and every moment you put into convincing yourself that Elk Grove was the right decision. Elk Grove is just way too far and brutal of a commute for someone who works in the Bay Area. Now, if you can't commute 2 days a week or less, or change jobs to somewhere more suitable for the distance, I would highly suggest against it. Traffic congests quickly during rush hour, and unlike other valley cities, you don't have nearly as many alternate routes. Number 2, Mello taxes. Remember those beautiful parks and top-notch schools I mentioned as a pro? Well, all of those amenities come at a price. Many new neighborhoods in Elk Grove are subject to Mello taxes. which can add hundreds of dollars to your monthly bill. It's something that catches many buyers off guard. So make sure you factor it into your budget. These taxes help pay for the community's top-notch facilities, but they could be a real financial burden if you're not prepared for them. Con number 3 is the summer heat. Another thing you need to brace yourself for is the summer heat. Elk Grove is in the Central Valley, and that means long, hot summers with several days over 100 degrees. You'll definitely be running your air conditioning, and your electric bill will reflect that. If you're used to coastal breezes or mild weather, the valley heat can be a shock to your system. It's one of those things that you have to experience to truly understand, but it's a major factor for anyone considering a move out here. Con number 4, Elk Grove can feel sleepy. Elk Grove is a suburb. If you're looking for crazy nightlife with clubs and 24-hour action, you won't find that here. This is a very family-oriented community, and businesses in the city tend to close early. If you're single and looking for a high-energy city vibe, you might find Elk Grove boring. But the alternative that you could look forward to is that Elk Grove is only 15 minutes from Sacramento, and downtown Sacramento is where you'll find lots of nightlife for whatever it is that you happen to be interested in. Con number 5, the rising cost of living. Finally, let's talk about the cost of living, because Elk Grove used to be known as the affordable alternative to the Bay Area, but these days are quickly fading. Home prices have climbed significantly as more people discover what the city has to offer. The average home value is now $626,000 as of January of 2026. And while it's still cheaper than San Francisco or Silicon Valley, you're now paying a premium for those great schools, safe neighborhoods, and modern amenities. For some, that extra cost is worth it, but it's important to be realistic about what you'll need to budget to call Elk Grove home. Now let's discuss this huge buyer tip on how to avoid paying your agent's commission. Due to a new nationwide law that changed back in January of 2025 about how buyer agents get paid, buyers are now required to have a representation agreement with their agent in place prior to even being able to tour a home. Now, this agreement states how much your agent will get paid, and under this new law, buyers are technically responsible for paying that fee. But here's 3 tips on how you protect yourself. Number 1, ask the seller to pay your agent's commission. When your agent writes up your offer for the home that you want to buy, ensure they request for the seller to cover their commission. Number 2, watch the percentage. If your agent's fee is too high, like 3% or higher, a seller may reject your offer. You don't want to lose your dream home because of a commission dispute. Number 3, and the ultimate pro tip, is to have an absolve clause added. In this agreement between you and your agent, ask your agent to put in writing what the minimum amount is that they will be willing to accept as a counteroffer from the seller, and that they will waive your responsibility to pay the difference. So here's an example of how it works and how I protect my clients. Make sure your agent does this as well. Now, I never want my commission to get in the way of your home purchase. So my standard rate is 2.75%, yet I'm willing to accept as low as 1.75% as a counteroffer and as my full payment. That means if we got a counteroffer of up to 1% less than what my rate is, I will accept it and waive your responsibility to cover the difference. Make sure your current or future agent offers that level of protection for you. You got questions about this rule or want help buying your next home? Reach out or scan the code. I got you. Let's make sure you're protected. So does the good outweigh the bad? That depends on what you value most. If you want safety, schools, and community, Elk Grove is the winner. If you hate traffic and high taxes, you might need to look at some other options nearby. That is exactly what I'm here for. I help you weigh those pros and cons to find a perfect spot for your budget and lifestyle.